All right. What's up, everybody? I profusely apologize for missing the morning stream. Uh, I was making sure the videos for today were up, or like uploading or something, and I happened to fall asleep, I guess, and I slept through my alarms. And unbeknownst to me, I ended up also sleeping like 12 hours or so because, yeah, I didn't wake up till like noon or something. So, I very much apologize for that. The Doki Doki stream in the morning was no good. So, what I'm going to do today is, for anybody watching on YouTube, this is probably not going to change for you at all, if anything. But, I'm going to keep it how I usually do. And, except I'm just live a lot earlier, uh, basically for the afternoon stream. So, I'm going to be doing 2 to 8. Roughly 2 to 8. Like, first 3 hours or so, we'll be going on Monika's route. And then after that, we'll switch over to some Higurashi and continue playing on there. But yeah, I guess without much further ado, let's just hop back into this. Now, see, I don't know how to get Monika's route specifically, or if like, 'cause I don't know. As you can see, we don't have like any options for Monika. So, does it matter who we do the poems for? I don't know. Uh, I don't know. There we go. Let's just do it that way. If I fucked it up, well, we'll find out. FBI open? No. How you doing? I slide open the door to the literature club room. Good afternoon. So as soon as I say this, there's a loud crashing sound. Everyone looks over, finding Monika, who tripped over a desk, catching herself. She quickly regains her composure and walks over to me. Ah, hi again, Jennifer. Glad to see you came back. Monika pauses before nodding. You didn't run away on this. Don't worry. It might sound a little strange, but I always try to keep my word. Is that so? Well, dependable people are always appreciated. No. Thanks for keeping your promise, Jennifer. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Well, trying to find new things is good, right? Yes, I suppose. I'm still surprised, though, Jennifer. Last year, you didn't even want to join any clubs. But then, suddenly you came here, wanting to join. Ah, I guess that's true. I can't really explain it very well. You said yesterday that you wanted to broaden your horizons. What about that? I said that, sure, but I don't know. One day I was laying in bed and I guess I suddenly felt a need for literature. I had a weird dissatisfaction with anime and games all of a sudden. Then I saw the flyer and everything just sort of clicked. I still like manga and anime though. It's fine, Jennifer. Besides, I was worried about you becoming a NEET if you didn't try a new club. Everyone else has a small laugh at my expense over it. It's the mod, still. Bloody hell is it hot in my room. All hail Monika. Yes. Also, just as an FYI for y'all, because I missed the morning stream, I am live now, and I'm gonna go for about like 3 hours, and then for Doki Doki, then I'll just go straight into Higurashi. So, yeah, because I did not wake up for the morning stream. uh, well, I guess I should teach you how to clean your room. You did almost set fire to your house on one time. Let's not talk about that. You two really are good friends, aren't you? Double stream. Basically. I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Jennifer can become good friends too. Ah. I hope we can all get along this year as well. I really am happy here. Especially with Jennifer now in the cloud. You really are a bright ball of sunshine, huh? Yep. Especially because of Jennifer. Sayori. I raise my voice to interject, but I'm swiftly defeated by her smile. It's too bright! Well, I guess as long as she's happy. Oh, right. I reached into my bag and pulled out the book from last night. Yuri's eyes light up as soon as she sees it. I picked it up a while ago on a whim, but... Do you know if it's any good? You shouldn't read it based on my own review, though. But I did enjoy it. It does have a few horror themes in it, so it might not be to your liking if you don't like that sort of thing. Aight, peace out, bitch. It's a pap? It's a what? It's a pap? What's that? Well, perhaps we could discuss what you think of it, chapter by chapter. I definitely will. I say it too enthusiastic and turn my head away. And, I'll make some time to read it. You don't have to force yourself. Yuri nods as if to hammer in that fact. Trap. Fuck words. If you force yourself to read it, you won't enjoy it as much. So, if you want to read other things as well, that's fine. Like if you wanted to read manga. At this, I see Natsuki looking at us out of the corner of her eye. Natsuki, you don't have to be afraid. I'm not afraid. Alright, cool. I hope you have a good day. But I would like to hear your opinion on Parfait Girls. It's hard to find people who actually read manga, so... yeah. There are a lot of people who think manga's still only for kids. Well, that's pretty dumb. I know! There's stories for everyone. And you're never too old for a particular type of storytelling. Definitely. That. I'll probably have to read from the beginning again. I know it's my favorite series, but I haven't read it in a while is all. Well, they can do the same thing as you and Yuri. Just read whatever you want, so if you read Parfait Girls, we can talk about it. Sounds like a plan. I turn around finding Monika sitting alone at the front of the room. Yuri and Sayori seem to have struck up a conversation, and Natsuki went back into the closet. I go up to Monika and poke her on the shoulder. She turns her head around and looks at me. Oh, it's you, Jennifer. Sorry, you gave me a bit of a scare. Thinking hard about something? Yes. I see Monika glance over at the others. Why don't you go talk with the others? I did, but you also seemed a little distant. Sarah said yesterday you might be sick. Are you sure you're feeling well? I'm fine, Jennifer, but thanks for asking. You can go talk to the others now. I'll be fine. This girl seriously doesn't want me to talk to her, huh? Alright, but you know, Monika, I'd like to be friends with you too. I bet it is. I bet it is. She gives another smile. I'd like to be friends with you too, Jennifer. Sorry if I came off as distant or anything like that. I've just had a lot on my mind recently. Well, if you ever want someone to talk to, I try to give a cool smile back. Hey, I mean, sometimes a guy's perspective on things might be useful too. So, yeah. I stumble right at the end. Monica looks at me before giggling. Thanks, Jennifer. I'll keep it in mind. Well, how about this? What would you do if you felt like you had all the control you ever needed, but then suddenly found it taken away from you? I was trying to think of an answer. Well, I'd like to get control back. Or at least I'd like to feel like I had it back. But, if I actually was that powerless, I might just try to make the best of it. I can't control everything, you know? Sometimes all you can do is stick with things and hope they'll get better, I suppose. Monica looks a bit saddened at this answer. She sighs and nods. Yeah, I guess that's true. She gives me a smile. Or a small smile this time. One that makes my heart ache rather than go a flutter to see it on her face. Can't control everything. Thanks, Jennifer. Even if she says that, it still hurts to see her like that. Monica must have something weighing down on a lot on her. Jeez. Well, thanks for asking me. That you know, trust me enough to ask something like that. You must be dealing with something pretty heavy, huh? Sort of. Well, I know I probably have no place to say this, but I'm sure you can share it with the other club members too. We're all here for you. I think they'd be sad to know if something was crushing you like this. I see Monica blink a few times before nodding. Maybe. But sometimes you just know that some people might not be able to help. Though, thanks for saying that, Jennifer. I'm glad. I'm glad you think of them. I'm glad that you think that of them. Man or girl, how you doing? I'm doing aight. It's fucking hot in my room right now, even though I turned down the heater. It's like yesterday it was fucking freezing, and now it's like damn near sweating in here. But, well, they're happy right now, right? They seem to be really happy being here as well, so it just wouldn't be fair if the president couldn't find happiness at her own club, right? Yeah. Oh, look at the time. Monica jumps to her feet. Okay, everyone. Everyone looks up from their various activities. Did everyone write a poem last night? Yeah. My heart's racing again. Ooh. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. That feeling I had last night was good inspiration, but I'm still pretty unskilled at writing. There are mumbles of admission that go around the room, save for Sayori, who triumphantly pulls her poem out of her bag. It's wrinkled and looks like it's torn out of a spiral notebook. Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I see her pristine handwriting. Asking Yuri to reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. And then I do the same as well. Whom should I show my poem to first? Whom should I show my poem to first? Let's go Monica, because we're on her route this time. I should start off with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem. I wanted to know I'm putting in the effort. Monica looks from my poem, stares into my face, and looks back down at the poem. She repeats this several times before handing my poem back to me. That bad, huh? No. Rather, it's... You said you've never written poems before, so it's a bit surprising. Fucking internet. Oof. The themes are... Can I ask what made you write this? Well, Monica already opened up herself to me today, so I could probably tell her. I was lying in bed when I thought about that feeling. that I was kind of like drawn here. And how it was kind of unnatural too. I had the idea in mind, but then I just started putting words on the paper. It was kind of a blur actually. When I finished writing it, I didn't know what to think. So I decided to use that first draft. It wasn't if it wasn't bad to me, then that was enough. Well, it's good. I like it at least. It wasn't very direct, but it wasn't very metaphorical either. Some people might be upset by that, but you should pick one and stick with it for the poem. Otherwise, it keeps starting without going anywhere. But you managed to pull it off without doing that. I'm impressed. I guess I underestimated you. You underestimate my power! It's easier for me if I keep everyone's expectations low. That way it counts if I can actually put some effort into it. That's not very fair. But it worked. Well, keep doing your own thing, Jennifer. Just keep exploring and trying new things. I mean, it could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. Hey, that's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. Sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I gotta sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? Ah, I see. Well, let's read it then. I'm gonna assume this is the same. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas. Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Oh, it wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realized now I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Oof, you got school tomorrow? So, what do you think? It's, very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really, like, the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style's gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be very powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I've had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. So just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. Alright, now we go down the line. Sayori! Oh, Sayori! Oh my goodness! This is so good, Jennifer! Huh? I love it! I had no idea you were such a good writer. But Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you just don't like it? Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Huh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So, now read your poem. It's not just a poem. It's a Jennifer poem. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet of paper against her chest. She's so weird, Sayori. I'm just really happy that you wrote one. Just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact I'm standing right in front of you in the club room. Oh, well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Jennifer. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Ah, thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, alright? That would be my way of thanking you. Alright, but I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Okay. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Alright, hold up. I'm gonna turn down my heater just a little bit more. Okay. Hopefully that cools shit off. Huh. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Hey, don't be so mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it like it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school? Hey, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This is so much fun. Monika's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Alright. Natsuki, you're up. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. Oh, that's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotion. So basically it's not cute enough for your tastes? Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyways, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. Oh yeah? Friedel, you don't know true masochism until you do what I'm doing with Doom. Fucking hell. I am... think we ended off with me fucking rage quitting on a fucking Slayer Gate. And if you don't know what those are, they are optional, very intense encounters. Like, take. And so, I just want to put this out there real fast. I am currently trying to do a Ancient Gods Part 1 Nightmare Mode Slayer Gate. And the problem arises because the one I'm doing, the arena is quite small. And so yeah, it's just, as I said in that, my problem arises from where I've only got one legit problem with the actual game itself, and that's just the fact I get caught on literally everything. And that's what kills me. Another way I die is my poor platforming skills, but that one I know is on me. And for all I know, I could just be shit at moving around in general, and that's why I get caught on everything, but who knows. For me, I literally just get caught. Like, there's been plenty, like, if you watched yesterday's stream with it, there was so many times I just got stuck in place, and I literally couldn't move. And it was so infuriating. But I'm currently debating if, like, I should just overall turn it down to ultraviolence, but I don't know. Because it's kind of like a pride thing at this point, because on Xbox, before I got PC, I did beat the main campaign on Nightmare. Not no problem. But I probably died, like, no less than, like, 3 times. Or, like, less than, like, 3 times each arena. So, yeah. So I think that's what it just... And that's my big weakness. I can't do platforming games because I just suck at it. I don't know what it is. Like, no matter how many times I try to play games like that or how hard and all that stuff, I just can't. Like, platforming is just one of those games, like one of those types of things in games I just cannot do. But yeah, I told you that you were gonna like it. I mean, I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it anyways? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of writing poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yeah, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but, hits you hard. I like when that shit hits different, Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So, I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned some. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya? I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright, Yuri. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh! Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. Is this, your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah? Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad, huh? No! Uh, I just raised my voice. I'm sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. Might take Yuri a little while to get used to new people. That's fine. I didn't really notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just there are a few fuck words. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new artists is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone. She sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different writing styles and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but to get them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. That can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Uh, um, well, never mind. I shouldn't talk about other people like that. Sorry. That's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Oh, please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. She smiles dreamily, as if it's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ooh, hold on. Sorry, back to the Doom. You know what I may do? Just do like an extra long stream today. Do the Doki Doki, Higurashi, then some Doom. Hell yeah. Because now that I've like gotten back into it, I really want to just keep playing. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by its sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry to have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking of that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Ah. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm glad you really liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little bit more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Jennifer. Really? I guess I must have, totally missed the point. Well, I suppose did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences into their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. Oh, that's a lot more soul in putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. It just makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things, too. Yeah, you may be right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Whew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That's a little bit more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. Though Monika seems to be in real disbelief I wrote something like that. I guess this is a literature club, though. It's what I signed up for. I look around the room, finding Yuri and Natsuki exchanging papers in tandem. As they read each other's poem, I notice their expressions change. Oh, cat fight, let's go. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Yuri smiles sadly. I can already feel the rising tension in the air. Natsuki moves ever so slightly. Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki hands the poem back to Yuri with one hand. I guess you say that's fancy. Ah, thanks. And yours is, cute? Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. I know that. It's just... How do I put this? It's, very simple. Well, I don't like to write very complicated and obtuse metaphors. Obtuse? The room suddenly becomes supercharged with the two of them begin to confront each other. It was very roundabout, yeah. Well, that's just my writing style. I won't change it anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't. And Jennifer liked my poem too, you know. He was even impressed by it. Oh no. I know exactly where this is going. Exactly, I know. Oh. Natsuki stands up and a smile forming on her face. I didn't realize you're so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what am I doing? What am I doing here, standing around watching this train wreck? But I can't get involved in it, though. Then... Wait, what? Yes! Monika, help! Oh, hell yes. I loved that. Oh. Everything stops for a second. Probably as everyone realizes how loudly I yelled that. Oh, right. I could swear that wasn't... I hear Monika mutter something before she walks over to the two of them. Natsuki, Yuri. Both of them look away, clearly ashamed of the display. I know you two are very pronounced about your styles, but there's no need to argue like this. Talking about preferences is fine, but Natsuki trying to imply something about Yuri is a low blow. That being said, Monika interrupts Yuri, who is about to speak. Yuri, you shouldn't attempt to use Jennifer's thoughts about your poems as a way to boost your credibility. I won't ask you two to apologize to each other, but remember that we are here to enjoy literature, not fight over our preferences. Got it? Got it. Understood, Monika. Well, anyway, back to what you were doing. Ah, I like that. With that, Monika turns around and starts walking back to her desk, shooting me a look. It's definitely not a thankful look, that's for sure. Come on, I didn't do anything wrong. I think. I don't like how it's silent. If you'll excuse me, I'm off to make some... Ugh, fuck! If you'll excuse me, I'm off to go make some tea. With that, Yuri quickly excuses herself from the room. It seems like I was looking in Natsuki's direction for too long as she turns away from me. Sayori moves in to talk with her, pulling her into a hug that Natsuki originally resists, but eventually lets herself be comforted. Whatever the fuck that word was. I hastily retreat back to my desk and await the end of the day. About 10 minutes later, Yuri comes back into the room. She and Natsuki pass by each other without a word. Deciding the best course of action is not get involved, I simply stare out the window and watch the scene play out in the reflection. Sayori whispers something to Natsuki, who gives another huff, but Sayori seems to be a little bit more insistent on whatever they're talking about. With some more prodding, Natsuki is released from Sayori's hug and awkwardly shuffles towards Sayori. I can't make out exactly what it's saying, but it doesn't seem like there's any tension anymore. I look over at Monika as this is going on. There's a small smile on her face. Maybe at seeing all of this, but it quickly vanishes after she closes her eyes and mumbles something to herself. Huh. I turn away before Monika can catch me looking at her. Jennifer? Hmm? I noticed Sayori came over to me without me noticing. She smiles at me. Good job. About what? Sayori leans down and whispers. Helping with, what just happened? Oh. Well, it's, instinct. It sounded like I was about to get involved, so I panicked. Well, I'm glad everyone stopped fighting. Someone just had to speak up is all. So, I'm glad you did it. It's nothing. If you say so. But it isn't nothing to me. I really love this club and everyone here. With that, Sayori pulls away, but flashes another grin before walking over to Monika. I guess that's why Sayori's the vice president, huh? I probably called on Monika since she was the president, but Sayori definitely seems like the mood maker of the club. If anything like this happens again, I could definitely call on her. Hey, finally we get music again. Fucking hell. Ugh. It was low-key getting unsettling and nervous with, when the no music was going. I was like, is something about to happen? What did I do wrong? What did I fuck up? But all is good. All is good. Okay, everyone. It's about time for us to go home. How did y'all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. Yeah, it was alright mostly. Jennifer, how about you? Yeah, I guess I could say the same. It was neat talking with everyone. Great. In that case, let's do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you learn something new, or learn something from everyone too. That way, your poems will turn out even better. Well, I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. Other than Monika, anyway. She seemed more bewildered about my poem than anything else. I guess that somewhat impressed her? I don't know. She couldn't believe that I had written it. If I want to do that again, I'll probably do what I did before then. Jennifer, ready to walk home? Yeah, sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It's been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Though, I can't say I'm not enjoying it. Sayori? About what happened earlier. What about it? That's Seniority. Does that happen often? No. That's actually the first time I've seen them act like that at all. They're usually so nice and accommodating. Might just be because the poem's writing thing was more personal. I guess so. You don't hate them, do you? Of course not. I just wanted your opinion. Whew. You know, Jennifer, it's nice that I get to spend some time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. Even Monika seems to be back to her normal self today. Monika, huh? She did seem kind of distant the other day, but she seemed a lot friendlier today. Much more fitting of the role club president, even if she was surprised to see me there. I think everyone really likes you too. Hey, that's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Jeez. I hope so too. But something keeps itching at the back of my head. That's probably nothing. Still though, I wonder if I'll be more friends with any of them. I guess we'll just have to see about that, Sayori. Okay. I guess that means I'm off to write another poem tonight. Alright. I sigh and look up at the ceiling. It's been about an hour now, and I'm still stuck. What to even write about? I don't know. I'm drawing a serious blank. My mind wanders back to what Monika said earlier today, unable to control things. When I think about those words, I can't help but resonate with them. Not on the level of, that's just how life is, there's always something out of control, but something greater than that. I don't really know how to describe it. It's sort of like, I can understand what she means. Not being in control at all. Something like that. Well, I guess I can write about that. Not to specifically impress Monica or anything, but maybe I can let her know that I can understand what she's going through. After all, she is way out of my league. I might be able to impress her, but even I know that's not going to mean she'll suddenly want to be close to me. Well, probably not impress her on second thought, but considering her reaction to my poem. Still, there's no shame in at least trying. Now, just think of some words. Hey, what's up, Ethan? So because, just so you know as well, because I missed my morning stream, what I'm thinking of doing is, going from 2 to 8, and just doing, Doki Doki and Higurashi in just one go. But at the same time, now I'm also thinking, ooh, after Higurashi, do I want to hop into Doom? So, yeah, who knows? It could turn into a fucking 2 to 10 stream. But yeah. Hi. Alright, more Monika time, let's go. Another day goes by, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten pretty comfortable over here. I've got pretty comfortable here over the past few days. Hi, Jennifer. Hey, Sayori. It's the usual scene when I enter the club. You seem like you're in a good mood today. I'm just really happy that you're in the club, that's all. I see. That's pretty simple. That's a pretty simple thing for you to be happy about. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Huh? That's not like you at all. I got my reasons. Why don't we take a look in your purse, Sayori? Huh? Well, why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. Hey, that's not fair. How did you even know? It is simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have brought a snack before coming to the club room. Big brain time. So either you're not hungry, or you just want an excuse to take a walk. Or you plan to conveniently forget you spent all of your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so, that only leaves the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri! Tell Jennifer to let me borrow some money. That's... Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can reasonably afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair retribution. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I just got too absorbed in my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't have much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You're right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept a revolution. Viva la revolution! I think I make that exact joke every fucking time. Anyways. Retribution. That. Still. Coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool ya. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But wait, that event changed. Well, what are you saying there, my guy? You got the old script. You need the new script. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making it. And here's where, like, my little bits of, like, problem of just the writing stuff comes in. It's like, if you're gonna change how I come to the club, like, where I choose all my own, everybody's surprised and all that shit, then you gotta change this line of dialogue, because this is what happened in the normal game, but in this route, this is not how this is played out. Now, if you're, for all I know, they can make a fucking comment on this, like, sometime soon, and be like, oh, like, Monika be like, oh, but, like, he didn't do that, and, like, that didn't change, but that, I don't know, but, yeah. I don't know. Anyways. Just my little nitpickiness. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Pwah. Kya! Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow! What was... Eh? A cookie! Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? Is it because I paid... fuck hiccups. Is it because I paid my restitution? Retribution. Actually, no, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly claps her hands around her mouth. I bit my tongue! You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, yours look so good. Yours look really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why did I give you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots off away to safety. That old bitch. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monika, can you tell Sayori... Eh? Natsuki glances around. Monika isn't in the club room. Where's Monika anyways? Good question. Have you heard anything about her being late today? Not me? Yeah, I haven't either. You know what? You know what'd be really funny? Like, a meta joke is that, like, Monica's, like, just sitting outside the club room because she's so used to the script where she's just standing outside the club room waiting for them to speak these words. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Eh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monika chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. But, boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monika quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of lost track of time. That doesn't make sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it. I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monika. I don't really. I just kind of started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monika. That's... Monika looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Jennifer. Monika smiles sweetly. Ah, I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. Sorry, I didn't miss anything, did I? I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. I look around the room as everyone settles down. It's strange. Monika isn't talking with Sayori like last time. She seems to be preoccupied with Natsuki, the two of them talking about food. Yuri is reading her book. I don't want to disturb Yuri, so I turn my attention towards Monika, who is at the front of the room. She's sitting alone, notebook open and pen in hand, but she seems perfectly still. She doesn't make a single movement as I walk up to her. Writer's block? Monika nearly jumps out of her seat, her chair suddenly making a loud noise as she scoots away before she turns around. Oh, it's just you, Jennifer. Sorry for scaring you. No, it's fine. You seem pretty deep in thought about something, though. What was it? Was it what you asked me about yesterday? I suppose. Monika gives another glance over me. Do I still have ketchup on my face? I knew I should have looked for a napkin. I quickly wipe my mouth with Monika giggling. No, it's not that, Jennifer. It's just... She closes her eyes and sighs. It's difficult to put into words. I try to think back on Monika's words from before. Having the power to choose things, but then it being taken away from you. I still don't know exactly what Monika is going through, but it sounds rough. I see. I sit down at the desk next to her. Well, I did say last time that you could talk to the other club members about it, but that was only yesterday. I guess it's hard to suddenly change your mind all of a sudden, even if you are friends. Well, I appreciate you trying to talk to me. It's no good to keep everything to yourself. Feels like Monika keeps trying to push me away, though. Though, you should probably go talk to the other girls. Don't be held back by me. I'm sure you'll be a lot happier than if you stick around just listening to me drone on about things. Monika, this is actually kind of sad, really. She's the club president, so I find it kind of hard that no one else is really singing to her. Especially since Sayori's usually talking to her. It seems so obvious today. I guess Sayori noticed it as well, but when I talk to Monika, it feels like there's something more. It's not something that any high school girl might go through. It feels sort of more philosophical in nature, or something spiritual. Can't really put it into words. Well, I mean, you're a club member too. It just wouldn't be right to leave you out. Even if I become friends with the other members, I'd like to be friends with you too. Hold up. Even if I become friends with the other members, I'd like to be friends with you too. You're so sweet, Jennifer. But truthfully speaking, this is something only I can deal with. So don't worry about don't worry too much about me. Besides, you can't be friends with the others if you're only thinking about me. I I guess so, but still, I can't help but be concerned. I get it, though I want you to get along with everyone too. Don't worry, I'll talk with you, but make sure you get friendly with everyone else. Yeah. Oh, but look at the time. Okay, everyone, it's time to share poems again. Everyone quietly gets out their poems, myself included. Let's see. Hold up, sorry, Mom texted me. Alright, sorry. Who should I show my poem first? Monica, of course. Hi again, Jennifer. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Ooh, the music just cut out. What the fuck? You gonna speak? A very thick silence overcomes us as Monica as Monica keeps rereading my poem. Hold on, I sneeze. Just one? Okay. Oh, that's weird. It's that bad, huh? No, it's how can I say this? I see Monica taking a breath and smiling, as if she was taking a moment to recollect herself. It's a moment I've seen multiple times now. Monica seems to be hiding something, or some other self of hers behind being the club president. You're a man after my own heart, Jennifer, writing such a wonderful poem. It's very abstract, though. Not in the way that Yurdi uses complex metaphors, but more that it's, out there, you know? Oh, sorry if that came off as kind of rude. No, I guess what you mean. Are you sure you really haven't written before? Absolutely sure. Monica glances over, or looks over at me, like she's looking for some kind of tell. Maybe you simply have a natural talent for this. I wouldn't say that. It's a bit strange, you know? I find it hard to believe you didn't already join some other club that had writing in it. Well, I used to be part of a club. Oh, which one? The Go Home Straight After School Club. Monica smiles at the joke, making my heart skip a beat. Well, I'm glad you're here now. You have a very unique writing style. It comes to me kind of naturally, I guess. Well, keep at it. Anyway, here's my poem. I like the way it turned out, so I hope you do too. Alrighty, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. I accidentally clicked off of it. Wow. Wow! That's an oof. This one's pretty abstract too. We match each other well, don't we? Sure. Though, I think yours is a lot better than mine. I kind of like playing with the space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. I mean, I could say the same for yours, but sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or even a conversation with the reader. So, putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's tip of. Fuck words. Here's Monica's writing tip of the day, for fuck's sake. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision, or possibly about to go down a path you would regret. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or if you decide to spare yourself from pain. But you already know that, don't you? Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. They changed that a little bit. Interesting. Alright, Sayori. She's silent. Jennifer, I really love your poems. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me. Huh? I'm not hiding anything. But your poems are so good. Yesterday's and this one's too. You can't tell me you haven't done this before. I mean, you're really the only one who feels that way, so. Eh? No way. Not even Natsuki? Well, I guess Natsuki is the least likely to admit how much she likes something. But I don't think it's that. What do you mean? Well, I guess I'll be honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you. What the? What's up with this dialogue switch up and shit? I what? This is like from her route. So I'm confused. I was gonna say something about it, but then like it skipped my mind. Anyways. Eh? What? Stop thinking weird things, idiot. I just mean that you're a really expressive person, I guess. How am I supposed to write poems about my own stupid life? But somehow make everything in your life like an adventure. Even the little things. Like cooking. Let's not talk about that. So yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I can feel more feelings through you than I can through myself. We have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting in my business all the time. Huh? I don't know if I understand. You never understand when I try to explain things to you. Do you, Sayori? I pat Sayori's head. Head pats! Let's go! Hold up. Anyway, sorry. I keep fucking like blanking right now. I apologize. Hey, I'm not a kid, you know. Are you, sure about that? Maybe. Sayori starts fiddling with... Fuck! Sayori starts fiddling with her pencil between her hands. Hey, Jennifer. Will you give me your poem? I kind of want to keep it. Huh? Why? Because, well, it's the first time you've written something for me. Sayori, you've completely misunderstood. Okay, hold on. I need to turn down the heater just a little bit more. Fuck you! Fucking earbuds got caught on shit. Hold up. For fuck's sake. Fucking kill yourself, fucking battery shit. Great, now where'd the other fucker go? I fucking swear. Here. Of fucking course it would go behind there. Fuck you! Fuck off, God. Apparently I just need to fucking invest in wireless earbuds for PC. God damn. It's fucking annoying. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. What? I didn't write this for you. Did I miss? Oh. Are you even listening anymore? Well, whatever. I'll give it to you when we go home. Really? Snap. I broke my pencil. Sayori hastily bends down to pick up the pieces she dropped. But being inattentive of her surroundings, she bumps right into me. So sorry. It's fine. I'll get it for you. I bend down and pick up the broken pencil. She clutches the desk beside her to support herself, knees shaking. I'm just a little clumsy today. Well, let's sit down, Sayori. Yeah. I grab Sayori's arm and help her sit at the desk. Anyways, I still haven't read your poem. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. But it's not as good as yours. Jeez, don't worry. I'm sure I'll like it. Yeah, it's that one. Holy crap. Sorry, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but... I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monika taught me a whole lot. I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm used to you being so cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing's like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sari always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Alright. Next up is Natsuki, so let's go. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one, but I can't really say it's any better either. Whew. Huh? Who? What? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take as a win. I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hold on, I need to clear my glasses as well. God, everything's just going off right now. It's like, I go off my normal streaming time, and it's just, I'm a mess. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment? Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, Something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. Why is it... I'm confused. Like, could they have not, like, written new stuff? I mean... I don't want to bash on it too much, because they've already added a whole lot to the game and all that stuff, and, like, for the most part, the writing's been pretty aight. I just got my, like, tiny little gripes and stuff of here and there. But, so for, like, this one, it's, where, again, it's right now it's treating it as though we're on Sayori's route for the poem. So it's just like, I don't know. Again, at least like the dialogue, that's how it's treating it. So I don't know if that's just like while we're in like the base game area that they couldn't change too much, I think. Maybe. Or didn't want to. I don't know. But it's curious. Eh? You think so? Yeah, well, I get if you've been friends with her for so long, you might have the same, might be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so, fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging down around a dead weight. Ugh, that was a little unnecessary. But think of it as this... Fuck words. God, this stream really is truly a fucking mess. For fuck's sake. But think of it as this way. Or, of it this way. If it weren't for me, she would probably just fly off like letting go of a balloon. You could say we take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Yep, it's that one. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Well, of course. It's about how everyone thinks that doesn't matter. It could be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out. They make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares about what someone likes, as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Well, you're definitely right. I mean, at least I can relate to that. I'm sure a lot of other people can too. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow's too, so look forward to it. Alright. Yurdi, you're up. Let's see what you've written for today. Well done, Jennifer. Your skills are already improving. Really? Thanks, Yurdi. Coming from you, that means a lot. Huh? It's nothing. I'm just happy to help inspire fellow writers. I know you're new to this, so don't worry if it seems like you can't get your poem to feel perfect. You don't need to be afraid to be a little bit more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings, and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. A very intimate exercise. I see. That's certainly an interesting technique. Thank you for sharing. I have, well, an example of that if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? She nods and timidly hands me her poem. The raccoon? Yep. I was a little bit more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Huh, that's funny. Didn't Natsuki also write something like that? About someone being ridiculed for a strange interest? Eh? She did? Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common. That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Ah, please don't tell her I said that. Don't worry, I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned for today, so could everyone come to the... So if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Suri has been working on posters, and I've been designing some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Ah, sorry. Oh, shit. I thought you had heard. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monika? Yeah, we're all going to have a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sarah, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monika? You didn't really already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, yeah, I did. You really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I can never in my life do something like that. Imagine it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys! No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone up until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So, I'm sorry. But, I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event... If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And those reasons and it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feeling that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monika have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but... It looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Ugh. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright! Oh. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone! You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyways, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monika, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poems in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monika flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands up behind the poem. Podium. Goddamn. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. I was about to say The Fly on the Wall. How the hell did I get that from the way they fly? What? What even is today? Today truly is a Monday. Ahem. Monika begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the world to life, or the words to life. Goddamn. Is this something she's done before, or is she just simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monika. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. And finally, Monika finishes the poem, or the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monika takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monika! Thank you very much. I was hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Oh, wow. Yuri's fired up. Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances around at us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost as if It's almost like what happened with Yuri when she gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed in her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she's bewildered even herself. Hi. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. Everyone start clapping! Go, Yuri! It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Ah. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Ah. Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror, or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's sincere and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. She finishes, and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. You and Jennifer liked it. I guess that's a good sign. Oh, what does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely, but it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. Huh? I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little bit more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Then, next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little bit more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay! Alright, now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Jennifer. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. I might as well let Jennifer lower everyone's expectations or standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki, it's fine, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. So, I'll just go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then, that just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. This poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting? Anyway, the poem's called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and a rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone else applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite the poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for the other people. But it's when it's just my friends. It's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it'll be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess I can... In that case, you don't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that... But I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Oh yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day! I can't wait! I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monika, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club, and impressing Monika, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make it such a big deal out of it. It must be a little bit nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Jennifer, you don't have to say it. But you know, maybe Jennifer should try walking someone else home for, let's go, Sayori. I hurriedly leave the club room before Sayori can finish that statement. Why am I yawning? I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori's a little bit more upbeat than usual. You seem kind of happy. More so than usual, than always. Hmm? Something on your mind? I don't like that humming nor the smile on Sayori's face. I was just thinking about something from earlier. Oh no. I like how we get to walk home, I like how we get to walk home together, but... So let's say one day Monika asked, to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're really putting me on the spot here. Well... Of course it's gonna be Monika. Of course we would walk home with Monika. I mean, like, what else we was talking to? Walk home with Sayori? Nah. Walking home with Monika, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart jump? I mean, we didn't get to talk much last year, so it might be nice to talk with her. She's so pretty, too. That has nothing to do with this, though. You admitted it. Jeez. Whatever. It's not like there's any point in speculating something that's never gonna happen. Well, maybe. But since it came up earlier, I couldn't help but thinking about it. Just don't forget about me. Of course not, you idiot. I'd definitely turn her down if she asked to do that every day. I see. But whatever. It's not like it's gonna happen. Let's talk about something else now. Okay, what do you want to talk about? For the rest of the trip home, Sayori and I mix some small talk about the festival and what we're looking forward to at it. But the thought is still on my mind. Monika asking to walk home with me? But either way, I still have a poem to write tonight, huh? Ah. Oh, yeah, never mind. I thought I missed the line. Aw, man. I'm the last one here again. It's okay. I only got here a few minutes ago. Aw, you're just being nice, Jennifer. It's true, though. Were you, practicing piano again? I thank Yuri for shifting the conversation along before Sayori can say anything else. Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano? Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember, the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. I'm also super happy that you're willing to help out for the festival, too. It's gonna be great! Saria hops up and down like a dog waiting for a treat. I can't wait. Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah, but it's just not our part of the festival. But it's a whole day where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Hey! That's true, though. Monika, do they usually have fried squid? Fuck hiccups. Monika and Natsuki talk about food in the background as Sayori quickly hammers into me about her eating. Are you saying I eat too much, Jennifer? A landmine-filled question, that's for sure. All I'm saying is you should watch your wallet. You tried to sucker me into buying some food from the vending machine the other day. It only makes sense that I should worry about whether or not you're going to spend too much at the festival. Whew, managed to dodge that bullet. Okay. That was a nice PC answer there. I guess would be the word or phrase or whatever. That means you'll walk with me around the festival to make sure I don't spend too much, right, Jennifer? The conversation between Monika and Natsuki grinds to an immediate halt, and even Yuri looks up from her book. Oh shit! It's like, oh shit! It's like when the fucking quiet kid in class starts counting down. Everyone gets silent and starts staring. Great. I dodged the bullet only to see only to face a firing squad. um, well, I haven't made any plans for the festival, so maybe? I could feel my eyes drift slightly over to Monika, but I forced myself to keep eye contact with Sayori. Unfortunately, the with the very, very visible smile on her face, I'm sure she caught me. Okay, that's fine with me. Just don't wander around the festival alone, okay? Yeah, will do, Sayori. Oh, what's everyone looking at? Sorry. Yuri quickly turns back to her book, Sayori coming over to talk to her. Monika and Natsuki resume their conversation, though it seems a bit forced at first. Pick a number from 1 to 100,000. How do I do this? 69, 69. Or wait, no, I could do 69, 69, 69. How about... No, I couldn't. Never mind. To 100,000. Hold up. Trying to think in my head of a funny number I could do. 69069. There you go. Or 42,069. There we go. There we go. That way you can get the 420 and the 69 in there. How about that? I had to think about that way too much. I'm gonna refill my tank real fast. Alright. Monika and Natsuki resume their conversation, though it seems a bit forced at first. Whew. Geez, Sayori, asking stupid questions like that. Whatever, I guess. Everything's fine. Or whatever. I guess everything's fine. I go back to my usual desk and close my eyes, wondering about the festival. What did I do at the festival last year? I can vaguely remember it being fun, but I can't seem to recall what I did specifically. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait. Hold on. Donation thing didn't go off. I'm confused. What? Hold on. What? Okay. I was confused. That's like the second time that's happened now, so I was just like... But it's like different... okay. I was like checking the thing, I was like, but wait, it's not showing. I'm confused. I'm too smooth-brained to like realize that, okay? You just confused the hell out of me. Good job, good job. So wait, how the hell did you change the color of the text like that? What? What? Wait, what the fuck are you doing? I'm confused. I am so confused now. Hold up. What you mean? Let me get my phone so I don't click out of the game. What the fuck? Okay. Ah. Don't hear my cringy voice over my phone. Okay. I was so confused for a moment. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, cool. Oh. I can vaguely remember it being fun, but I can't seem to recall what I did specifically. I can't remember what our class did for our class activity either. It was my first high school festival too. I should have pretty good memories of it. It's kind of strange, huh? But as long as I remember it being fun, I guess it was. Jennifer? Eh? I turned around to the sound of Monica's voice jolting me out of my thoughts. Oh, hey. You looked incredibly deep in thought, so... Is something bothering you? I worried about being able to perform in front of other students. No, it's not that. Hey, can I ask you a question? Sure. Okay, this is going to sound strange, but please answer it as best as you can. Okay? Or okay? Ah, fuck. I keep overclicking. What did we do for the festival last year? Not like that. I mean, what did our class do last year for the festival? It's okay, I know what you meant. You don't remember though? Sorry. We ran a maid cafe or maid and butler cafe. Oh, okay, wait, what? You honestly don't remember, huh? We were the head maid and butler in the class. The guys in class didn't seem to like you as much afterwards. I mean, I can imagine why. But it was nice. You weren't trying to flirt with me or anything, so I knew I had made a good choice. I don't know what is more frustrating, the fact I couldn't remember anything about the festival at all last year, or the fact I've lost memory of Monika in the maid dress. I know! Oh! I want to see that. I'd love to see that. I see. You really couldn't remember? Maybe I'm just tired today. I mean, I couldn't remember anything today. Not a single thing. Well, did you have any friends to go with last year? I turned a little bit away, probably giving Monika everything she needs to know. What the fuck is that face? Maybe that's why you can't remember anything. But, you know, that can change this year. Hmm? You have the club. As Sayori told you not to spend the festival alone. I'm sure you can enjoy yourself more and make some more memories. You'll remember if you spend it with us. Monika flashes a widespread... Fuck! I wish I could read and speak properly. You know? I wish I had that gift of just being able to, like, read properly and then also speak properly. Monika flashes a wide, bright smile that makes my heart jump. Yeah. And pause. Listen here, bitch. I don't know if you misspelled that on purpose or what. Yeah. Thanks, Monika. Maybe you should try to take a page from Sayori. She seems really excited for it. I'll try. I think she's just excited for the food. What's the deal with the fried squid, though? Oh, nothing. That's, for a brief second I see a small, wistful smile appear on Monika's face. A joke that most people wouldn't get. Oh shit, that reminds me. It worked out perfectly. But like in forums with that joke. I tried to make a fucking Japanese joke on Reddit, yes, like a couple days ago, and because I misread it, like I just completely misread like the word that they like, used and all that stuff. So I like my joke was me acting as though I was like a smartass, like to correct them. But because I misread it, I was completely wrong. And so like all the replies were like, uh, "Oh, it's not this, it's this actually." I'm like, and then I edited the thing. I was like, I realize now that I misread it, and so the joke just flops. But I'm gonna keep it up because I find that in of itself quite funny. So yeah, it was just fuck dyslexia, man. um, yeah. Well, it was like, yeah, I won't go into it, but it was like it was supposed to be a play on the way like kawaii and versus kawaii, which like kawaii is cute and all that stuff, and then kawaii is scary. But because I misread it, the way that it was spelled in the meme, like I read it as kawaii, uh, to be scary, but it was like, yeah. So that's why I was like, they like misspelled it in the meme, and it's like, yeah, it just didn't work. Yeah, you just skim over it. Yeah. For me, I used to be able to do that, but then like dyslexia was just getting really bad to handle. It's like I couldn't do that anymore. Like I had to like it would take me. That was my problem with like reading books was like I had to make like if I tried to do that after like it got really bad, I couldn't get into books because it would just completely switch everything up, and it's weird because it wouldn't be just letters and stuff. It'd be like whole words or whole sentences like flipped around or like just brand new, and it's just like say they're going through this field, they're looking for something, right? And then all of a sudden, like I go from one paragraph to the next, and it's like all of a sudden they're like flying through the sky or like something's happening. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? And so I have to reread it like 5 times and be like, oh no, I just completely fucking misread it. And like it would just take me so long to get through, like get into a book because of that, because I would have to constantly reread every single page, damn near every paragraph or sentence, just to make sure I got it correct. And so like that's before like I got a little bit better like grasp on it, and it was like, oh, because now to an extent I can tell when I've misread something, so I can quickly like try to correct it. But yeah, it it was hell. I have no idea, but all I know is what really helped me was when I found anime with like subtitles and all that stuff. It was a weird thing where being forced to read the subtitles like quickly enough to like understand what's like they're saying and all that stuff really helped me because uh, it just helped me make sure like to pay attention to everything, but also read it quickly enough to where I was not still caught like at the beginning of the sentence. And nowadays, most shows I can basically reread the entire like subbed line like 3 4 times before like they even go to the next. So it really helps. Got my reading pace back up because I used to be an insanely fast reader. Like by the time I picked up the Harry Potter series in like 6th grade, I basically read the entire series in less than like 2 weeks, like week and a half or so. So yeah, like that's how fast I used to be able to read. But yeah. Anyways, tangents aside, I see. But still, don't be all by yourself during the festival. And also right now, like it helps being able to speak it aloud because even with my speech impediment, it's like hearing it aloud as well helps. Of like, if it doesn't make sense when you're speaking it loud, you probably misread it. So, or at the very least misspoke it. So, for me, I don't know about if this would help anybody else, but like for me, that also helps as well. Like I know some people are like, don't read like when you're reading a book, don't like read it aloud in your head or something like that. But for me, that really helps because then it's like I make sure that like it makes sense and like because when you speak aloud, it helps to understand if it makes sense or not rather than just reading it. So yeah, any tip out there for anybody with going through any something similar? I hope that helps. So yeah, I'm sure everyone here wouldn't mind walking around with you. Though, if you want to walk around with me, you better give a stellar performance. I'll keep that in mind. You'll be fine, Jennifer. She leans in, whispering in my ear. Just tell me if you'd like to go around together. I gulp as she pulls away, feeling the cold sweat going down my neck. Ooh. Please whisper in my ear some more, Monica. It's quite nice. Yeah. Um, and in I think it was eighth grade that we had a class where one of the subjects we learned was the different ways people learn. So there's like kinesthetic, um, which is that where like people learn better by doing the thing that they're trying to learn. And then there's auditory where people just basically need to be told what to do, and then they're good. And then there's like visual learning where like as long as they see it, they can do it. For me, I'd say I'm more of a mix between visual and kinesthetic because it also varies on what it is. But I'd say for me, it's more visually than anything. Uh, like if I'm watching somebody do something, uh, I can usually, for the most part, get a good grasp on what it is for me. So going like that's how I did what I did at my work was anything they told me and all that stuff. More often than not, just went in one ear and out the other pretty quickly. But like, if say I was online learning how to make the food, one I was learning how to do it and getting it down, and then I was also watching other people and how they did it, and so that's how I think I became one of the fastest people online when I was working at Bell or Bueno, was because I also like to find little quick ways to become really efficient on the line. So I'd be watching what I do, doing that, and then also be watching what other people do and seeing like if especially if they're quicker than me online, and then I just like mix it into the way I did things, and then I came up with my own way of doing of how I prepped the food and made the food and all that stuff on the line at either place, and then I became really like I wasn't ever really the fastest person online, but I was like for sure like the top two, top three people. Like there was only like ever one, maybe two people faster than me online at either place I worked at. So yeah, I mean that's like out of like the whole staff. So, but there's also some things that do hold me back, like my OCD, because the problem too is if I get into a routine or something like that, it becomes insanely hard. Like my okay, this is just gonna be a weird ass tangent stream right now, but my OCD is also quite weird. Yes, I've got some of the things where it everything follows by this thing, but I can also develop a certain like routine. I know OCD is probably not the right way to call it, but it's the best way I can explain it. Where so at Bell or Bueno, I get into the way I do things, and then from there, I it's very hard for me to switch something up about it, even if I find something that's inefficient with it after a certain like time period. I just can't explain. I just can't change that. So that's why I never got to be the fastest, was because there would always be like something or other that would involve the way I like my OCD specifically that stopped me from being able to do a certain thing to be faster at it. Does that makes any sense, like at all? But um, yeah, so I guess a good way to I guess in some example would be how many tortillas I could put onto the grill or like the heating pad or what have you to warm them up. Uh, I had a method for that and all that stuff. So I I could fit so many on there. There was other ways that I could probably fit more on there if I didn't follow my OCD of how I wanted it to be organized or something like that, or what have you, or just a method of the way or order I did things in. But yeah. I I don't know if that made any sense at all, if I was just talking nonsense there, but yeah. Uh. Anyways, especially since Sayori was staring my way, attracting everyone's attention. Does that answer your question? I mentally thank Monika for the save. Yeah, thanks. I can already tell Sayori is going to question me on the way home. Let me know if you have anything else you want to ask. Will do. I quickly turned back, looking out the window, trying to go back over my poem in my head again. I definitely need to memorize that for the festival. Okay, everyone. Why don't we share our poems now? Everyone goes to get their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monika. She smiles at me. I look away, and I can feel a bit of heat on my cheeks. Alright. All I have to do is remain calm. It's just a normal day after... Fuck hiccups! Alright, who do I show my poem to first? Monika, of course. Who the fuck else? Hi, Jennifer. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll still have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure, but whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monika take the poem I'm holding in my hands. It seems less light than when we were talking earlier, but I'm used to this. My poems always seem to make Monika become strangely quiet. But I think is a brief pained expression shows up on her face. Well, you certainly have kept your own style. It doesn't look like you took after anyone else. I guess that's okay, right? The change is almost tangible. It's like when it happens every time happens every time. Monika shows herself for a second, but then always retreats back into this more friendly persona she always keeps up. Yes, it's nice that you were able to keep to being yourself. Though, he didn't seem to really impress them. I wasn't exactly writing to impress any of them, though. Oh? Were you trying to impress me? No, it's, this is my normal writing style is all. You're so cute sometimes, Jennifer. Aww! I legit, this is sad, but I legit fucking blushed when you just said that. Oh, that's sad. It's sad when your 2D waifu can make you blush, and it like through the player character, and it's alright, time to go cry. Never mind. I'm all good. Kit, I know you weren't trying to impress me. Even though our styles are similar, you kept your own personal touch. I don't know what else to say though. Oh, you could try to keep your tone a little more consistent. Make sure you go through and choose your words carefully. I think I've told you this before, though. I think so, too. Make sure you work on it. Is this your first draft? Yeah? I guess I'll try to spend more time on it rather than just finishing it and then being done. Mm-hmm. Well, keep at it. Anyway, here's my poem. Lady Who Knows Everything. Yep, it's still the same. Could be worse. Body pillow. How do you know I already don't do that? I'm just messing. I've got plenty of pillows, but no body pillows. Hold up, that actually reminds me of a meme. I kind of want to send it to you real fast. Uh, although, hmm. Where is it? Where is it? Fuck. If I remember to, I'll send it to you later. Can't immediately find it right now. Anyways, I feel like learning and looking for answers. Monika trails off. Monika? It's nothing. Sorry. Just something unexpectedly heavy came to mind. Is everything alright? Yes, it wasn't anything serious. Where was I? Oh, but looking for answer gives life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything. It's just a thought, is all. If I had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? Or if we had. I see. I don't really think so. Oh? Well, we're just asking the questions, right? Monika gives a bit of an odd look before smiling. Yeah, I guess that's true. Sometimes you think you have it figured out, only for something to give you an entirely new set of questions. And then you're completely stuck on why something happened. Sound like Monika's speaking from experience. And even though she's looking at me when she says this, it feels like she's talking to someone else right behind me. Ooh. Oh, I like that line. Anyway, I also noticed that everyone seems to like writing more about sad things than happy things. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, there wouldn't be much to write about, would there? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you know that better than anyone else, right? You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid that it's not good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something that you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. But instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, then they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things you can work on. You're zero-dimensional. Then how do you exist, my guy? Why do you exist? Well, you're zero-dimensional. I'm four-dimensional, okay, bitch? Y'all only perceive my three-dimensional state of being. I'm a dot in this entire existence. Oh god, are we gonna turn this into another fucking philosophical debate and shit? But instead of like morality, this time it's gonna be fucking over like existence. I mean, I'm down. It's much more encouraging that way, and it'll make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. You're good. Oh, that's right, you weren't here for the lit morality one that we had. I wonder if the VOD's still up. Because I didn't think I put it on the YouTube, so... yeah. Alright, so you ready, let's go. Oh! This one's really good, Jennifer. Huh? What is it? It feels kind of familiar, though. But I can't quite think of what it reminds me of. Well, maybe it's my previous poems. It's not like my style has changed that much. Maybe. But I'm not a good writer at all. You're probably overreacting. I just put whatever comes to mind on the paper. Well, maybe that's why I like it. You're not trying to be anyone or like anyone. It's Jennifer poem, not anyone else's. It's very honest, too. Jeez. But that's what I like about it. You're super honest about things. But at this rate, you won't be getting closer to anyone. Why does that matter? Sarah only gives me a small grin. Oh, now I remember where I've seen this before. Oh no. It's super abstract, so it's a lot like Monika. But you have your own style to it too. That's why it looks very original. Looks? Oh, well, it is original, but it's almost like there's a small touch of her style. Finally, we're getting like new dialogue about what a Monica route would be instead of like yesterday's route, treating it like fucking Sayori. I like this. I like this. So they could change it. They could change it after all. But it's almost like there's a small touch of her style. But you're clearly not trying to write like her. I decided to change the subject before Sayori can continue on this track. Anyway, what about your poem? Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. Sayori? I mean, I actually, forgot. Seriously? I had a paper due today and I procrastinated. I can't help but sigh. Jeez. You should have worked on it earlier. I know, but I had so much fun here that I kept putting it off. Writing poems, seeing everyone happy. Time went by without me realizing it. I see. It still doesn't change that you shouldn't have delayed doing your work. I wonder which one of us is going to become the NEET at this rate. Hey! Sayori goes red with embarrassment. I can't help but laugh at her reaction. After a little bit, Sayori joins in the laughter as well. But still, thanks for sharing your poem with me. Make sure the others get to see it too. Aight. Next up, Natsuki! Poke the eye. This one's alright. Alright. Well, yeah. Not as good as yesterday's anyway. I see what you're going for, but it's not really my style. I mean, that's fine. I'm mostly just glad that you're trying a little bit. Well, of course I'm at least trying. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyways? Isn't that more of a compliment to me? Eh? No, gross. It's not like I care. Fuck hiccups. It's just that one of us in this club has to make sure you're not slacking off. Really? Well, if you ended up just scaring... What if you just ended up scaring me away? That's, It's not like you would actually do that. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here. Even if I have to put up with you. Ugh. Natsuki's elbows connect with my stomach. Oh? Maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all. I was just joking. Oh, I know. Don't worry, I was too. How the hell do you call that a joke? That seriously hurt. Well, maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. I should really just watch my mouth around Natsuki. Anyway, Natsuki holds her poem out to me like nothing even happened. I'll be your beach. I don't think... Have we read this one? Just in case, because I don't think we read this one out before. So, yeah. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminish your wonder over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with bright, brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes away your worries. I'll be the beach that you dream that fuck. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought that had left you long ago. Fuck! Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. How dare you? That's lewd. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea, and let me see you shine. Leave your memories in a footprint trail. Set you free in my windy sail. And remember the reasons you're wonderful. Will you press your lips to mine? Or when you press your lip... Bitch, I can't read! What the hell? Let's leave your memories in a foot trail. Wait, nope, I already did that one. I'll be the beach that watches your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. If you let me by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. Aight, peace out. Have fun. Yeah, I feel like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write about something with a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. Kind of hard to write anything negative about the beach. So you decided to write about the beach first and then came up with the message later? Yeah, well, it's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I realized we kind of wrote about the same thing. She wanted to pick a topic and have us both read about it, or whatever. Ugh, you can really see her doing that too. Making us write about a simple topic, then trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too. But there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice. Alright, Yuri, you're up. Well done, Jennifer. You've definitely improved your writing over the course of these few days. Has my advice been helpful to you? Yeah, definitely. I'm glad. Sharing our writing like this, it's a lot more fun and rewarding than I anticipated. I need to remember to thank Monika. I think we all felt a little awkward at first, but now it seems like everyone is enjoying sharing their writing and seeing what others think. I guess I can't really disagree. I was afraid this whole thing would be a chore. But it's a great way for me to spend some personal time with all the girls in the club. But it's fun getting to know everyone and their writing. I guess doing some writing myself. Well, have you learned anything about yourself, Jennifer? Huh? Well, you know, like how I like to say that writing is a very personal way to get in touch with yourself. In the end, it doesn't matter if you're a good writer or a bad writer. And even my opinions are just opinions, you know? As always, I believe what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself. Oh, that's comforting. I'm kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another. Huh? Why me? Well, you're always sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share. Is that so? You already thinks for a good moment. That must be terrible. Huh? For me to have become someone whose opinion is fearsome. How unlikable of me. Yuri, it's not as bad as you're making it sound in your head. I just meant that I respect your opinion. I see. I'm sorry that I always overthink and come to those sorts of conclusions. I'm just a little too used to it. Overthinking? Being disliked. Yuri, what am I saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Let's move on. Alright. Do you want to share your poem now? Okay. Here. Beach. Yeah. We haven't read this one. A marvel millions of years in the making, where the womb of Earth chaotically meets the surface. Under a clear blue sky, an expanse of bliss. But beneath gray rolling clouds, an endless enigma. Fuck that word. The easiest world to get lost in is one where everything can be found. Fuck hiccups, god damn. Hold up. Okay. The easiest world to get lost in is one where everyone or everything can be found. One can only build a sand castle where the sand is wet, but where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at your foundations until you give in? Or will a sudden wave send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same. Yet we still build sand castles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foamy tendrils. Turn back, and I abandon my peace to a road at the shore. Drift away, or drift forward, and I return to Earth forevermore. I can't remember. Was this one in the base game, or is this one added? Huh. I wonder. I'm aware that the beach is kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did my best to make a metaphorical approach to it. Yeah, Natsuki already told me about it. She did? She didn't say anything weird, did she? She just wanted us to write about the same topic again. I suppose to better compare the differences in our writing styles or thought processes. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she'd want to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. But, well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. It could be refreshing, you know? It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing. Okay. I know how unprofessional and shit I am, but at the same time, I've got some I got some powdered donuts next to me, and I've just been eyeing them this whole time. It's like I really want to eat some, so yeah, I'm gonna do that. I can't even open up the thing. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, everyone. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out the rest of the festival preparations? I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. But we might need a lot of them, and some different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. As for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Then as for Yuri, you can... Oh, I know! Sayuri interjects before Yuri can comment on the pause. Yuri has super pretty handwriting, so she can make banners and decorations. You know, get the mood going. Atmosphere. Yes! I love atmosphere. Yuri suddenly beams, nodding to herself as if she was already thinking about how everything would look. You're already going at it, I see. Oh, that would be wonderful, Yuri. That leaves Sayuri and Jennifer. Both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I'd really appreciate it. Is Monika suggesting I spend the whole weekend with one of the club members? Hell yeah, let's go, Monika! How on earth are they going to respond to that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give to you. It's not like Monika's gonna give me a choice. You shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Jennifer might not like being around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making excuses for Jennifer too. Oh! Sayori interrupts again. See Monika sigh from the background. Jeez, it's almost like they forgot about Sayori. Well, I have a sort of big house, so actually, Natsuki and Yuri can both come over. Whew, dodged a bullet there. Thanks, Sayori. Then Jennifer can help Monika. The day that Sayori finds a guy she likes, so I can return the favor and kind can't come soon enough. Plus, we're neighbors, so it'll be easy if anyone needs extra help. No one seems to be able to come up with an argument against that, so there's murmurs of agreement throughout the room. Well, it's settled then. We'll aim for early Saturday or Sunday afternoon. That should be fine for everyone, right? Yep. That's fine. Works for me. With that, all three of them start talking, probably about what to bring. Oh, Jennifer. I'll need your phone number. Yes! Yes! Let's get Monika's number! Hell yeah. Oh, and your address, I guess. It shouldn't be too hard to find since Sayori and you are neighbors, but I'd rather not knock on the wrong door. Oh, that's understandable. I take out my phone and swap with Monika. Each of us putting in our contact information. Hell yes! Oh, my dreams are coming true! Do I need to get anything in between now and Sunday? I have everything we need, so we should be fine. Or actually, do you have a printer, right? Yeah. You don't mind if we use it, do you? That shouldn't be a problem. Okay, then we should be good to go. I'll see you then. Yeah, see you. Sayori, are you ready to go? Oh yeah, I'm ready. You got everything with Monika planned out? Yeah. Okay! See you all this Sunday. After greeting everyone goodbye, Sayori and I start walking our usual walk home together. I've got a dumbass smile now just because, we got Monika's number. She's gonna be coming over. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so happy to finally be doing her route. Oh, so happy, so happy. It's gonna be so much fun this weekend. Yeah, I guess. Couldn't we all have been in one house, though? I think it'll way too chaotic then. Maybe. Besides, you get to spend some time with Monika, right? Say, you two were in the same class last year, but didn't talk much from what I've heard. It'll be a good chance for you two to talk. That way, you two can be really good friends. Right. I'm still not looking forward to reading my poem out loud at the festival, though. I'm sure you'll be fine. Maybe. I'm just not good at performing. Bitch, I'm awesome at performing. I can't even say that with a straight face right now, with how fucking chaotic today's been. Shit. Well, I'll definitely cheer you on. So just try, okay? Yeah, don't worry about that. Still though, Monika's gonna be coming over to my house on Sunday. Yes, and I'm excited! Oh. Even if I got a bit used to talking with her, there's no telling what will happen when we're outside of school. Yes, let's do some dirty hand holding. Ha 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 ha. Oh fuck. I'm too fucking degenerative, but shit. Anyways, well, Monika didn't exactly say she was looking forward to it, so the chances of anything is going to happen between us are pretty low. But only time will tell. I guess all we can do is wait and see. It's sad how actually like giddy I am right now of excitement with this shit. Anyways. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Monika's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. I wonder if she'll act any different when it's just the two of us. She does have that almost hidden side of her she shows on occasion. Only to me as well, for the most part. So you already told me it's only been recently Monika asks like that. I just don't know what to think about her. During the wait, Monika texts me a lot. She acts like her usual club president self in our conversations. I don't think I've seen any of that other side of herself while she's texting. It's probably because it's mostly just like in facial expressions, right? That you catch the glimpses of it. Maybe it's because she can think about the words she's going to send rather than saying them in real time. Exactly. Exactly. Sayori hasn't let up on me either. Even though she can't clean her own room, she's told me I'd better make mine look nice for Monika. Sheesh. Though I started thinking about, uh, though I started thinking nothing was actually going to happen. After all, the rest of the club is going to be no more than a hop and a skip away. Hop and a skip away. It'll just be like the clubroom, only split into 2 houses, of course. You know, this is actually kind of curious. I wonder how they're going to handle the thing with Sayori, because she didn't leave early, so there was no point for us to worry about her to go over there and have that conversation with her, so... Huh. Time flies by quickly as I anxiously wait her arrival. Before I know it, I get a text from Monika telling me she's right outside the front door. Without delay, I open the front door to let her in. Hi there, Jennifer. I close the door behind her as Monika takes off her shoes. Good day so far? Yep. The bag was a little heavy, though. You're still in the uniform? Well, I actually really like wearing it, so... Oh, here. I offer my hand, and she hands me the bag. It's actually kind of heavy. What's in here, anyway? There's paper and some tools like scissors. I see. Well, let's go to the printer. I'll take Monika up to my room. Yeah? I can see her glancing around curiously, which makes me feel anxious. Wow, it's clean. It'd be embarrassing if I left my room a mess while someone was over, so I cleaned it. Okay. And more importantly, I cleaned up anything potentially sensitive, putting things like that in a much safer place than my desk drawer. Anyway, let's get started. I open up the bag and take out a small plastic box. That's the scissors and stapler box. Got it. I place it down on the table before taking out an unused stack of white cardstock. This should fit in the printer. Are we going to make the pamphlet here, or did you already have it already? Oh, let me have the bag, please. I hand Monika the bag. She starts going through it before pulling out a small thumb drive. I'm terribly hopeless with computers, but one of the teachers was willing to help out. Oh, that's neat. I hold out my hand. Monika puts the drive into my hand, her fingers slightly brushing up against my hand for a moment. Ooh. Anyway, I'll get this printed. Making a hasty retreat to my computer, I turn it on and plug the thumb drive in. There we go. Right. Better get the... What? Oops, sorry. As I turned my chair around while mumbling to myself, I realized Monika is right behind me. Putting my head roughly level with her... I need to replace the paper with the cardstock. Hell yeah. Let me get that for you. Okay. I reached down and pulled out the paper tray before taking out the paper that was already in there. Here you go. Thanks. I gingerly take the cardstock from Monika and put it into the printer, then close the tray. Afterwards, I find the file and open it up on the screen. Wow, you're really good at computers. That's basic stuff, though. I'm not all that good with technology myself. I tried to code one time, you know? Oh? I'm not very good at it, though, so a lot of unexpected things happened. Ah. Anyway, how many copies do you want? I think 60 should be enough. Alright, let's see. There's 2 pages. Don't need them double-sided, right? No, do print them double-sided. There's a blank page for the second one, so the cover page won't have anything else on it. Ah, okay. Language can be such a confusing thing sometimes, though. Saying no to a no. Sometimes it could be interpreted in a conversation as a yes. So you have to pay attention. Monika laughs as I put the proper settings in. Yeah. Still, you're a lot cleaner at home than I am. Really? Well, it might just be that you cleaned before I came over. That might be it. It's usually messier than this. There's a bit of silence that sets in. Can I get you anything to drink? Oh, maybe a bit of water. Okay, I'll be right back. And with that, I'm going to have another powdered donut. Because, yeah. Alright, sorry about that. I leave the room and head downstairs, going straight for the kitchen. Glass, glass. I shuffle around the cabinets, eventually finding a decently sized glass. I filled it with water and started going back up to my room, where I left Monika alone. Oh, I try not to make my footsteps hurriedly as I go back to my room. Monika, I'm back, I call out as I enter the room, finding her near the bookshelf. Oh, Jennifer, hello. Sorry. She quickly shuts the manga in her hands and pushes it back on the shelf. I got curious of what kind of manga you'd like to read, so, so I could get a better idea of what you like. What's up, Daya? What's up, what's up? So, today, I am currently, because I missed the morning stream, again, I apologize, because I was fucking asleep, I didn't wake up through my alarms. Anyways, I decided I was going to stream today from at least 2 to 8, do the first 3 hours of Doki Doki on Monika's route, and then, the last 3 hours with the Higurashi. And then I'm also debating if after that I want to stay on and do some more Doom. But, yeah. Because I'm also debating if I should keep it on Nightmare, or if, I just need to overall turn it down to Ultraviolence. But, yeah, that's basically, any plan ideas for today that you may have missed. But also discussed we also went on a few tangents of, my dyslexia, my OCD, and all that other stuff, or speech impediment stuff, so yeah, probably about, another 20 minutes or so. But right now, Monika's over at our house, getting prepped for the festival. I'm so happy we got her number as well. We've been texting her and shit. It's kind of sad because I'm honestly, really excited. And, earlier she, called the character cute and stuff, but, I actually blushed at her. It's really sad. But, I mean, hey. Yeah. I've also been snacking on some powdered donuts, too. So every now and then I've been eating one. But, yeah. That one was, a curiosity buy. I only ever bought one volume since people kept talking about it, and, I didn't like it, so... Anyway, here's your water. Oh, thank you. I look by the printer and see that it's no longer putting out sheets. Whew, okay. Good topic changer. The printer's done as well. Mm-hmm. Monika puts the glass down after finishing it in all one go. ASMR? What? What about it? Well, fuck hiccups. I head over the printer and take out the printed pamphlets, putting them all on the table and taking a seat. Monika? Is something wrong? Even though there'd be more space on the other side of the table, she came over and sat down next to me. Ooh. No, nothing's wrong. Anyway, how do we make these pamphlets? Oh, it's actually very easy. Let me show you. Oh, it picks up everything? Really? Wait, so what have you been hearing? What? I haven't ate a powdered donut just yet. The last one I ate was just before you came on, so... Actually, it's very easy. Let me show you. After Monika shows me how she wants the pamphlets made, with diagonal corners and where to staple, the end project has all 4 of our poems neatly tucked in between a nice cover page. Wow, these look fancy. Do they? Yeah, I think combined with everyone else's work, it'll impress anyone who comes by.
Oh, you hear everything, huh? I.
I hear all. Good for you, because I'm partially deaf as well. So, you can hear enough for the both of us. Yeah, I already read that. I hope so. Well, I mean, of course, my poem reading is probably going to work against that. Don't think so low of yourself, Jennifer. I'm sure you'll do just fine. Here's hoping for that too. I'll be rooting for you. Thanks. Anyway, let's get these done. Also nice PRP. What? Perp? What? I'm confused. What does PRP mean? I'm no longer one of the young ones. I don't know the lingo. Oh, PFP. Okay. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I've been excited about it, but like I gotta hold off till I'm at 50 followers because I already said I would. So yeah, it's definitely a struggle. It's like I'm excited to do it, but at the same time, it's like I gotta get that affiliate first. I already said I would wait until then. I can't go back on that, no matter how much I want to. Ugh. And like I swear I've gone down by one. I think. Hold up. Yeah, it says I'm at 45 right now, but like it's weird because every time I get back on Streamlabs, it's like, oh, somebody new is followed, but it's like, what? I know, it's so close, so close. Anyway, let's get these done. With that, we get back to working in silence. Monika suddenly stops in the middle of cutting pamphlets. Monika, is something wrong? No, it's not just something. It's everything. Everything is wrong. This shouldn't even be. Monika turns to me, then puts her hand on my shoulders. Ooh, what is this in the backtrack? I like it. I really do. Ooh. Hold up. I don't know why, but I like this so much. I don't know why I like this so much. Like this background music right now. Sure. Oh, that'd be nice. I'd appreciate that. You don't have to though. Is she gonna do the dirty? You already missed a couple of my jokes, but Monika turns toward me and puts her hand on my shoulders. I don't know if it's going to work, but I guess this is all that's left to do. After all, things have gone off script already, so it might possibly work. Maybe he wasn't so empty after all either. Jennifer, listen to me. You always seem to forget every time this thing starts, so I'm going to lay it out for you here. First, tell me what you know of last year. We were in the same class. Sayori was sometimes waking up late. You talked to me about what we did for the festival as well. 2 years before that, middle school. I don't have anything to say. I really can't remember anything from before high school. Deep pang of worry suddenly shoots through me. Hey, Jennifer. Doesn't it ever feel like you've done this before? Oh, thank you, thank you. Coming to the literature club, meeting everyone. And it's pretty interesting, too. You always seem to have a response prepared for every situation. Every single time. Without fail. Almost like time stopped so you could make a decision. Bear with me, okay? Gonna sound a little crazy. Geez, your script must have been extremely broken, or did you plan for this too? For this too. Jennifer, all of us are trapped inside of a game. An incredibly tacky romance game. I don't know if you'll believe me, but it's true. I used to be able to edit files in it, but my power was taken away by someone. And now I'm forced to sit on the sidelines, unable to change things. Even if everyone's happy now, it still doesn't change anything in the end. What happened still happened. No one can change that now. Ah, I get it. I see why you weren't going after the other girls. I can't believe it's taken me this long for me to notice. This is the Monika route, isn't it? So if I just sit here and let you have the wheel, my life will improve somehow? Sorry, I don't think it can be improved. We're both still stuck here in this romance game. And I can't change anything anymore. Not that it means anything. Even if I could change things, it doesn't change the fact that this is all a modification. A sort of dream, if you will. It won't change what actually happened. Even if the files are modified here. So, it means nothing. Just load your game, okay? Go play with the other girls. You seem much happier with them anyways. I don't want to get in the way of your happiness. And I want you to be happy too. They won't know better, anyway. It means nothing in the end, but as long as you're happy, that's fine. There's no response because you didn't have any lines programmed for this, did you? Well, I guess that means you'll have to load an old save anyways. Maybe we just weren't meant to be. Anyway, Jennifer, sorry for rambling like that. It was getting way too difficult to hold it in. It's not like me, isn't it? You can ignore everything I said. Probably doesn't mean anything to you anyway. Let's finish these pamphlets, okay? Right. Oh. Right. Let's get these done. We still have a lot of work to do. We resume working on the pamphlets. Monika seems fairly distant, but I guess it has to do with her outburst earlier. I really don't know what to say to her about it. Ooh. Changing the seating. Ooh. Ooh, I like this. I like this so far. Okay. Interested. The afternoon comes and goes. We manage to wrap up all of the pamphlets in a suffocating silence. But not in like a traitorous way, you know? More like a I guess it was never meant to be. You know, that melancholic feeling. Ah, that's all of them done. Monika tucks away everything into a folder, and then puts it into her bag. Thanks for all the help, Jennifer. I'm happy to help. Well, see you tomorrow at the festival. Yeah, see you tomorrow. With that, we head downstairs to the front door. Part of me wants to call out to her as she leaves, but I can't find the words. I wave to her as she walks away and eventually fades out of view. Something kind of hurts inside. I shake my head and try to calm down. I should probably go eat, too. Dinner was quick since I just reheated some leftovers I found in the fridge. When I go to bed that night, I can't help but think about what Monika said. She's right for the most part. It's kind of mysterious. I lie down and think about it for a while. Memories feeling like they're missing, a weird sense of deja vu, and sometimes the occasional feeling of being pushed into a bit into something. Is she actually alright? Is she actually right? Is everything a sham? All of this a big lie? My entire life being nothing more than a snippet of a game? A romance game on top of that? Am I suddenly one of the vanilla protagonists of the visual novels I used to play? Meant for me to impose my own image on and interact with the fictional world? It's ridiculous. How could anyone possibly believe her? If it were something else telling me, if it were anyone else telling me this, I'd certainly laugh them off. But yet, the way Monika looked when she said those words right to my face, it's like she absolutely believed them. Like she knew it was an objective fact. If it wasn't such an outlandish claim, I think she would have sold me right away. A game, a mod on top of that. It should be so easy to shake it off. I should be able to absolutely say that Monika was being silly, that Monika was being stupid, that Monika didn't actually say that. So the real question now is why can't I? Every time I tell myself that she's wrong, doubts come seeping back into my mind. Do I really believe she's wrong? Can I outright deny every claim she's made? It's not that I need evidence to disprove her. Who could possibly believe that the world we're living in is just a game? Monika, for one, but that's about it. God, don't tell me I'm actually considering that she might be right. Okay, take a deep breath. I should calm down. It should be easy to go find everything I need. Middle school and the first year of high school. Well, if I don't remember anything, then maybe I chose not to remember. It's not like I had any strong feelings about those years. Right. The burst of inspiration, I immediately get up and start looking around my room after turning on the lights. Ooh. Where is it? My yearbook. It has to be around here somewhere. I should have pictures of me from middle school. I don't think I got a yearbook during my first year of high school, but that shouldn't be necessary if I can find the middle school one. The gaps in my memories aren't there because I'm some hollow puppet. It's because I definitely didn't choose to remember. If I look through them, I'm sure I'll find that yearbook contains only my picture, or maybe 1 or 2 pictures with my classmates. Or class. I didn't keep in touch, so obviously I wouldn't remember them. Come on! I tear up my room in search for the yearbook. Once I find it, this can all be put to rest and I can forget that Monika ever said anything. Where is it? Whoa. Ah! Hold up. Wilbur, do you know what this button is? Phil. I do. Wilbur. The song on the walls before. Have you heard the song? I was just saying. I made this big point. It was poignant. And it's a special place where men could go. But it's not there anymore, you know. It's not. Phil. It's there. You just want it back, Will. Phil, I'm always so close to pressing the button. Phil, I've been here like 7 or 8 times. I've been here. And you just want to throw it all away? Or blow it all up? I do. You fought so hard to get this land back. So hard. Fuck. I don't even know if it works anymore, Phil. I don't even know if the button works. I could press it. Do you really want to take that risk? There's a lot of TNT potentially connected to that button, Wilbur. Phil, there was a saying by a trader, once part of Lemamberg. A trader. I don't know if you've heard of Eric? Yeah. He had a saying, Phil. It was never meant to be. Oh, that's awesome. I never actually, I've been far off of like catching up with like any of the streams for Dream SMP, but the fucking animatics and shit, oh my god, do I love them so much. Like, they're so great. But yeah, I tried to keep up with My Night from Captain Sparkles and then the Dream SMP stuff, but I just got so far behind. Like, I am so far behind on the My Night stuff too, but oh man. Anyways, I'll probably do a little bit more of this, just a couple more, but a couple more minutes, and then move on to Higurashi. See if we get to the realization yet or not. I move through the rest of the house. I comb through every shelf, empty out every box. It's way past my normal sleeping time, but I don't care. I still have enough time that once I find it, I can still go to bed and be awake enough for the festival tomorrow. It has to be around here somewhere. Or so I hope. Hey, Pepsi gang, let's go! I exhaustedly search every room. I look through every closet, nook and cranny. But there's nothing. Nothing that can fill the weird holes in my memory. It can't be. Why am I so worked up about this? Anyway, I didn't care about this stuff until Monika brought it up. I just wanted to see her happy. Maybe get closer to her since we were just acquaintances at most last year. But now I've been saddled with this immense weight on my shoulders. Better turn out the lights. I slump down in my bed, stare up at the ceiling. This is so stupid. I shouldn't be so worked up about this. Does it really change anything anyway? Monika didn't give me any evidence to prove herself, but there's nothing to disprove her either. It's like when a new theory or something is brought up, or some new invention is unveiled. No one knows anything, but like I said, does it change anything? Does this really change the fact I still want to know Monika better? Not in particular. Even if she's right, how would I know? I wouldn't know when I was being controlled or when someone was making a choice for me. Out of sight, out of mind, or so the quote goes. As far as I can tell, it doesn't change anything for me, so I should probably try to ignore it. Jeez. I got so worked up about it. Went to bed late, only to realize it probably doesn't change anything for me. Ya boy, that. Nice, nice. At the end of the day, I still want to get closer to Monika. Game or not. Not like it matters all that much to me anyway. It looks like I can't tell whether her words are not, or whether or not her words are true anyway. All I can go off of are my feelings, off Monika's feelings. The fierceness in her eyes when she told me about it. The graveness in her voice. The fact she seemed almost desperate when she told me about all of that. Sounded completely absurd, but Oh! Ooh. Ooh. Feel Monika's words might have some merit to them. Well, maybe not that far. It's probably just me taking her seriously because she took herself so seriously. And maybe it's because I want something fantastic in my life like that because of all the anime I used to watch. You know, something new, amazing, and definitely not mundane. But it doesn't put anything new into my life. I'm still here, hoping to get closer to Monika. Don't have any special powers or anything cool like that. Even so, I will have to think about it. It might not change anything for me. Maybe I'll simply have to ignore those lingering doubts in my head, but Monika definitely won't be doing the same. If I want to understand her more, I'm going to have to think along her lines of reasoning. But suppose what she said was true. That it's really all just some tacky romance game. Then what about everything else? She said it was a modification, so something like a game mod? And that things were worse elsewhere, but that's not here, right? I shiver a bit under the covers, wondering what might have happened with Monika's way of thinking in the original. However, I quickly pushed it out of my head. That place isn't here, so let's not focus on it. I'm way too tired for this. I just need to blank out my mind and go to sleep. Ignore all this game business. If I can't tell anything about it, then there's no use worrying about it. And even so, I still want to be closer with her. With that, exhaustion finally setting hold of me, I doze off to sleep. Alrighty. And right here is probably where I'm going to end the Doki Doki stuff. So, let's see. Wait a minute. Yes. Is she on the title screen yet? Damn, she's not. Alright. So let's see. We saved, right? So yes. Alright. Now,